Welcome back to episode 44 in the Youthful Revolution series featuring Immortal DC. We continue our journey trying to reach the Champions League phase along with a tough match against Porto today. Yeah, that's right, no top 3s today because we haven't played any matches. We are straight into a Salzburg game and after that a Porto game and then again the last, well actually at home against Salzburg. What this is, I mean, these games at the start of the season is just crazy, man. And we're not even, after that, not in this episode, but after that I still have to play Braga and also Benfica. That's a lot of hard games to begin with in this season. But before we get to the game, we do have a new signing. Yeah, we actually signed a new player and it is absolutely nothing special at all. He is no special. I needed a central defender for my, actually also a defensive midfielder, and he can actually do both jobs, this guy, for the under-23s, right? So, again, he's nothing special, very good physicals, fairly decent mentals, maybe lagging a bit in some of his technicals, but yeah, and he's also Portuguese. That is one of the main reasons I did buy this guy over someone else. His potential, well, not quite there. I think it's a little bit higher than what they expect here, but I did pay a little bit money for him, but I absolutely did need an extra central defender and defensive midfielder. So I'm okay with doing that, and I think we can probably get the money back and then some, right? Like double the money or something like that. But more importantly, I needed him. I think we forgot to actually go through the squad in the last episode. So yeah, I like to do that, but I think I forgot to do it. So we're gonna do it in this episode instead. And we're looking at the goalkeepers first here, which is of course Conrad Beck and Janine. And yeah, those two are of course the main two guys in the main squad. And then we have 3 players that are in the under-23s. Yeah, we don't have anyone for the under-19s, mainly because Borges is out with an injury. So normally I would say that Andrade would be the under-19s kind of player, but he is actually needed in the under-23, so yeah. But we are kind of lacking here. I think we should at least have one more player. Like what I think we should have is 2 for each kind of. We want 2 for the main squad, 2 for the under-23s, and 2 for the under-19s. So we have 1 for the bench as well in each of these categories. Now, I don't think that's actually needed. Actually, I changed my mind. I straight up just changed my mind there. I think we only need 4 goalkeepers. 2 for the main squad, 2 for the under-23s. And if we have anyone in the under-19s, it's just a bonus. So actually, I'm thinking right now, the under-19s are probably more just bonus players, right? We only need to fill out spots for the under-23s and the main squad. So we actually already have what we need here. Well, that depends on how you look at it. Do we have really good quality? I think Beck and Janine is okay. They're nothing fantastic, but they are okay. They are okay goalkeepers, and I think someone like Andrade is probably a very good talent. Still 5-star potential here, so I think he could still become a really good player overall. He's only 17, right? He can develop quite a lot. Wingbacks on the left-hand side, we of course still have Ramirez, who have played all 3 games already. We got Vanderson and Makanovic, who is the 2 backups, probably Makanovic as the second one. And yeah, I think we're okay in this area. Ramirez and Makanovic is definitely good enough to be the first and second choice. I have no worries about that at all. Vanderson as a 3rd choice, that's fine. He's also the 3rd choice on the right-hand side as well. And in the under-23s, we also have 3 options. Aurelio, who is probably the best one down there. And then we also have Balbino and Rodriguez, but they are both right-footed, but they can definitely play on the left-hand side as well. And wingbacks on the right-hand side, we of course got Hopfer, the good old guy. I mean, how many years have he been with us now, I wonder? Oh, wow, a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 6th season for him. That's quite nice of him. And we also got the new guy, Harrell, in there. And then we also got Vanderson as the backup. I am also very happy with that. And in the under-23s, we got Cabrera, who I think is going to be the 1st choice in the under-23s, and along with Balbino and Rodriguez as well as the backups. So basically, they're backing up on either side. And yeah, we do have a couple of youngsters as well, but I don't include them because they are under 19th, and they need a bit more development, let's just say that, before they're coming up. Central defenders in the main squad, Reinhardt and Adrio, probably 1st choices on their respective places. And then I think Ifinai here is probably third option or second option, or however you want to see it, on either side as well. So I think Rice is, yeah, he's a bit more of a fringe player now. He's still a squad player here. I'm not too sure how many games he's gonna get this season, because I think Ifnai is gonna get more. So yeah, but still very good central defenders. At least to me, I think I'm perfectly happy with that. And for the under 23s, I think Petrov here, Tota Petrov, is probably the best central defender we have down there, along with maybe Santos, the new guy. And then we have two backups in Milo and João Victor. Yeah, and as you can tell, we do have a couple out on loan because of the rules with the homegrown. That's why we bring them out, and that's also why we still have Santos, why we brought in Santos and also have Milo in here. Defensive midfielders, I think we have two very good choices in Kirkevold and also Ludwig, and then Calhau. Yeah, I really don't want to play him as a defensive midfielder, but he could definitely be that third option down there. In the under 23s, we are probably lacking a bit of quality. We got Nunes, Traoré, and Jure, and I'm not too sure which one of those are gonna be the main guy in there. I think it could be Traoré, but I mean, it could be any of these guys. I'm really not sure about it yet. I think some of them are okay, like Jure and Traoré. They could probably be fine in this spot. Diego Nunes, I'm a bit more worried about that. He doesn't really suit a defensive midfielder role. But anyway, I guess it's fine having three of them down there. They're just not the highest quality we are looking for in that spot. Central midfielders in the main squad, I have actually marked down 5 players. I don't think we need more than 4, but I've actually marked 5. So Ugarte, I think he's definitely the first choice on the right hand side, and I think Hattori, when he's not injured, which he is right now for 5 weeks, he would probably be the main choice on the left-hand side. Then we also got Cesar, who could probably also be the first choice when it comes to the inverted wingers. So that's more of a question mark, but I think he's playing if Hattori is injured. So I think he's probably going to slot in with the central midfielders. Majewski, also one of the new central midfielders, also out with an injury for a couple of weeks. Can't play him. Calhau, I'm putting him in here because we have a couple of injury concerns. And he's like, yeah, he's like in between a defensive midfielder and a central midfielder. So he's like that 5th option. For the under 23s, we are actually lacking a bit in the midfield area. I mean, there is a lot of guys that could play there, but there is probably only 3 guys that I want to mark down as probably potential the one I want to play in there. Monterio is probably the weakest of the 3 here. Fabio Gonçalves and Calhau. So Calhau, I think he will get a couple of playing time down in the under 23s. That's why I'm marking him here. But I am actually trying to sign another central midfielder for the under 23s because I think we are lacking a little bit in this area. Well, now when I look at it, I think actually Heine Jørgensen here, I can see that he is now a homegrown. So I think instead of going out and fight, I mean, I could still buy a new one, but I think Heine Jørgensen might be the 4th choice here. I mean, I think he's okay for that. He could also play as a defensive midfielder. So let's actually move him up to the under 20. Oh, he is already in the under 23s. I already did it. I just forgot about it. So yeah, he's the 4th choice. Inverted wingers on the left-hand side. We actually got 4 options right now. We got Moisi, Iber, Said, and Correa, where Moisi is probably first choice right now. Iber is second choice. Said is third choice. And Correa, I'm 100% trying to get rid of him. He's transfer listed, he's loan listed. I need to get 7k in wages. I want to get rid of him. But yeah, that is the inverted wingers on the left. In the under 23s, we got a very good player in Fragoas. He could probably also be part of the first team, but I just don't have room for him. So Fragoas is down there. We got Victor Hugo, or Vitor Hugo. Yeah, I think that's his name. And Mamudao Pereira. I think he's a very exciting youngster here for us. He could probably play a lot of the games out there, I think. But we'll see about that. But yeah, very, very good players in the inverted wingers for the under 23s for sure. And on the other side, the right-hand side, we got Ulguin, who is that new star signing. And yeah, it's between him and probably Cesar, because Gregor Lin has already had a couple of big injuries. So right now, he needs to get back to full strength here, Gregor Lin, before he's starting in. I mean, we have a problem over here because we got an important player and we also have a regular starter and we also have a squad. Well, I put Iba over here because he's shown that he can also play on that side. So he's like the 4th choice. And Cesar, like we know, he's probably also going to be playing something in the central midfield, especially with the injuries we have in there right now. So I think we are fine here. We got plenty of qualities. It's just a question of, can they stay fit, right? Because Ulguin is also an injury prone. So we have a lot of injury. All of our injury prones is on the right-hand side. All the inverted wingers on the right-hand side are basically injury prone. Well, Gregor Lin and Ulguin is. The other 2 is not. So I think we are fine. It's probably going to be okay. And for the under-23s, we got a couple of options. Calhau could go down and play an inverted winger or something like that, but I don't really want him to do that. Fragoas could also play it on the right-hand side, but I think he's going to be played on the left-hand side, but it all depends on a couple of different things. Pinguinhar is also here, probably one of the most experienced players in the under-23s is down there. And Antonio Matias, who is a very young player, 15 years old, but yeah, he's probably good enough to actually be playing there, so that's going to be interesting to see. So, the strikers, an interesting area, of course. So, I think right now, I've only marked De Paula and Jurgensen for the main squad, but Correa could, of course, also play there, but I don't like I said, I want to sell him, so I'm actually going to not mark him down, because I don't really want him to play there. Now, the other thing is, any of these players, like up here, all of them could play as some sort of striker, but the way I want to play a striker is either a target forward in De Paula or maybe a deep lying forward. And there is a lot of these guys. Ulguin could do it, Moise could do it, Iba could do it as a deep lying forward. But I would rather just play De Paula for most games if I can. But if he's getting an injury, I think Jurgensen is probably going to be starting in. But I'm not too sure about it yet. But maybe an area where we are lacking a bit. But I'm still happy with what De Paula is capable of doing. So it's not that much of an issue. And for the under-23s, we got a couple of players down here as well. We got Setam Wen, one of the Norwegian players we brought in. He looks fairly good, probably more of a deep-lying forwarder type. We got Herman Gildo, who is actually more of an attacking midfielder, so yeah, clearly also more of a deep-lying playmaker, or deep-lying forward kind of type. And we also got this guy who is more of an inside forward, Miguel here, so I don't think we have a target forward down here. We probably need to play with a deep lying forward instead. Okay, so Salzburg. We are playing away from home in the first one, and I know they're playing some kind of control kind of system. It's something like that. 4-2-3-1. Kjærgaard, who's that? I wonder. Oh, okay, I remember seeing him before, but yeah, again, this team is, I think they're around as good as Nice or thereabouts. Probably the same levels, I would say. Lots of positives, not that many weaknesses. Alright, well, it is what it is. I think we are probably going to be playing our tactic here how we want to and just going cautious or something like that. In their last home game against Antwerp in the Champions League, they seem to be... I don't know what's going on with this formation. Some inverted stuff and not very wide, but yeah, it's a very, honestly, a very strange one, this one. Is it like inverted fullback and also, yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what's going on here. Let's take a look at the attitude. Okay, this is way more normal. Way more normal 4-2-3-1 here in terms of the way they are without possession. Very narrow as well. Alright, well, I don't think we can... Yeah, I don't think I got any changes here except from just going cautious. Alright, so yeah, next match only, cautious, and I think that's it. If there is going to be any changes, it's going to be after the first couple of, 20 minutes or so. So yeah, let's find out who we're gonna play. Alright then, so it's, yeah, not a lot of stuff is going on here actually. It's just gonna be Beck in goal, Hopfer, Adrio, Reinhardt, Ramirez, exactly who we want to see in the back line, so that's good. Kierkegaard on the defensive midfield. Cesar is gonna get the central midfielder because we have a lot of injuries in that midfield. You can't even see them because I have taken out the unavailable. But we do have a couple of injuries in the midfield, of course. Ugarte, Ulguin is gonna get his first start, Moise, and... also De Paula up top, so it's, yeah, pretty much the strongest 11 we can potentially put out there, so that's good. And of course we got 12 players on the bench, so a couple of not quite ready for the sharpness here. A couple of the youngsters, Pereira here, he's a very, he's like 15, right? I believe he's 15. Oh no, that's not him, he's 17, okay, fair enough. But yeah, lots of players on the bench that are not quite there when it comes to sharpness, but hopefully it will be fine. Yeah, let's go. Okay, so 20 minutes in. This is probably the game I have watched, at least for the first 20 minutes, where we have been the most outshined by another club in the entire save. We have not had the ball yet. Well, 12% it does say here. I haven't seen a highlight where we have the ball. I have only seen them just play it around. They are playing complete control football. We are not even anywhere close to getting the ball from them. Not even remotely close. I think if we get away from this game with not getting completely destroyed, I would be happy with that. Because I don't think we will get many chances here. If we get any chances, actually, we might be lucky. That's how much better this team is. And I don't really think there is a lot we can do when it comes to tactical choice. I think we definitely want to hit early crosses and shoot on side. But we probably want to go a bit more like, probably a bit more direct. Don't think we want to run at them. Well, and then again, I don't know. I think we're going to keep that one in, actually. Because we haven't had the ball yet, right? We haven't had the ball. So you can't do anything in possession if you don't have the ball. So how can we get the ball? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think there is anything we can do more to get the ball off them. They're just way too good on the ball. They're just passing it around in a very, very high tempo, and they're not making any mistakes so far, and we just nowhere near taking that off them. So, yeah, there's just not really a whole lot I can do here. I guess we're just gonna continue, and if we do get the ball, well, go for it, right? Hit early crosses, shoot on side, and just hope we can get one in. But I doubt that's gonna happen. But anyway. Not great after 20 minutes here. 32 minutes in, a set piece, and they do get a goal here. I'm actually a little bit surprised that it took them that long. Half time, and yeah, 1-0 down. It could be worse. It could be much worse. I think we can be fairly happy with that half, actually. We did manage to... I also changed a couple of roles, and we did create one big chance, one clear-cut chance, actually. So I'm fairly happy with that, and it did come from an early cross, right? We did get the early cross, and what I did in the tactics and subs here, I did put Ulguin here on an attack role, also Cesar, because they are very attacking in their kind of way of doing things, and the other two is, well, Ugarte is on defense here, Hopfer on support, or I think I want to go Hopfer on defend instead for the next half here, and then leave Ramirez on the support role. So just a couple of different structured kind of things here, but we're not out of it, and if we could keep this to 1-0, maybe 2-0, then there is a chance in the other game, of course. But it's gonna be tough. I mean, these guys, they are not only are they controlling, right? They are very much a control kind of team, but when they lose the ball, they're gonna go up in a high pressure. So it's the worst of two worlds here. Not only are they better than us in quality, they are also tactically set up to really hurt us. And we can't really do it. We can't play on the counters because that's banned. So it's pretty much worst case scenario tactically, and also, you know, up against someone who's better in quality. So there's not really a whole lot we can do about that, but hopefully we can keep this at a distance when it comes to the goals. Hopefully we can keep them down to maybe 2 goals for this one, which make us maybe capable of doing something when we're playing at home. We'll see about that, but let's get into the second half. Full time, 1-0 to Salzburg, and you know what, guys? I don't think that's a bad result. I think that's actually okay. And we were definitely better than I thought we would be. We have 6 chances, 3 on target, and one of them is a clear-cut chance, 1 half chance, 4 long shots, but that's, yeah, of course, that we've got to have a couple of long shots the way we're playing here. But you know what, I'm okay with this, because one of these chances was actually a really big save by Laval, Tobias Laval here. Very big chance, and he saved that one. So in another day, we could have gotten a draw here. And I hope when we are going at home next time in the next leg, we could potentially score a goal. And if we could just also not concede anything, I think we could get into the Champions League that way. I mean, it's still pretty far from it. We are 1-0 behind now, but it's not out of this world that we could do it. So yeah, I'm okay with this result. Alright, so the next under-23s have just been played, and we still have the problem here. I honestly, I don't think there is anything to do about this but to actually get rid of the manager. But while I didn't just, yeah. I don't really know what to say here, because he's still playing his formation, and we don't want that. I want, you know what? I'm gonna take over. I'm gonna play the under-23s myself. Because this is not working for me. I don't want to see this when we are playing in a league match, right? I don't want to see that. So I'm gonna get rid of him, because I don't see how I can get this to work. It's just not working. Let's go into responsibilities. Actually, is it working now? Let's go into matches. No, it's not in here. No, it's just not working. I don't know. I mean, I don't really know what to say. But if I confirm that, I believe we can go back in here. Oh, in here. No, it's still okay. Well, whatever. Even if we could do that, we saw the last episode that it doesn't work. So what I think we will do here is get rid of the manager. I need to take over here. I need to actually. How can I? Can I not do that from the staff? Probably not. I think we need to get rid of him. I'm gonna terminate his contract here. There we go. Maybe the board doesn't like that, but I want it done. Board. Oh, it's so annoying. This is the game not allowing me to play the game how I want right now. It is frustrating as hell. Oh yeah, if you were wondering, I did also try to mutually terminate it. Yeah, no, the board is still blocking it. Alright, so upon that massive disappointment that is the under-23s here, we do have another big game before we're playing the second leg against Salzburg. And that is we got to play Porto at home. Yeah, no easy matches here to begin with. So yeah, 4-4-2, and we kind of know how they're playing. So question is, can we do anything about it? Good question, I don't know. Strengths and weaknesses, formation phase 4-3-3. Well, that's good. They're conceding more when they're playing 4-3-3s, but I mean that sounds good. But I mean, anything else? No, just lots of strengths. Yeah, you know what, guys? I don't even think we're gonna. I don't think we're gonna look at the heat maps anymore. I don't think we actually. I will sometimes do that, but I'm more often going into them, kind of figuring it out inside the game engine instead. So we're gonna drop that and just go straight to the tactics here. All right then, so yeah, this is who we're gonna play, and I think we're going in with a positive mentality actually. I wanna try and see if we can take control of it. So we're just playing how we want to play, and then we can change it up. So we got a lot of issues when it comes to central midfielders and also our inside forwards. It's injured, right? And it's to no one's surprise that it is, you know, Gregolin and what is the other guy's name? Ulguin is injured, or he had a small knock, Franco here, because they're both injury prone. So it's not too much of a surprise that they are actually picking up injuries. But of course, also Kalhau is out, Majewski is out, and who is the other guy out in the midfield? Yeah, we have one more out. The Japanese player is also out. So we just have so many injuries. We don't actually have anyone to back up any of our players in the central midfield. We even have to play Ludwig up there. It is not great because Kalhau is also out. Just straight up almost all of our central midfielders and inverted wingers on the right hand side. Not great, but big in goal: Hopfer, Adrio, Reinhardt, Ramirez, Kirkevold, Ludwig, Ugarte, Cesar, Iba, and Paula. I guess I could play, where is, oh, he's also out, Moisey. Yeah, he's unavailable. Yeah, there he is. He got a red card in the last game, so he's out. Hattori, how long is he out for? 2 to 4 weeks. Yeah. All right, anyway, let's get in there and let's see how it goes. I think we are likely gonna need some changes. I don't think we can play on positive, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Right on the 20-minute mark. Oh, yeah, we are conceding a goal. I was actually just about to say, it's actually going well here and everything, but then they scored a goal. So, yeah, let's get out there and see what we can do about that, because that is just, that's just not good enough for us. I mean, I'm saying that. Let's actually continue here. It's gonna go to the replay. I don't want to see that. Pause it, please, because we need to do things here. We are not looking great. Well, I just don't know what to do. The problem is I can actually see what we need to do, but I'm not allowed to do it because I banned it. I knew that taking counters off the table here was a massive mistake. I knew it, because anytime we are up against an opponent that are this good, like Porto or Sporting or Salzburg, we want to counter, no matter what, and we are not allowed to do it this season. So I already know what we should be doing here, but we are not allowed to do it. So yeah, I'm having a very frustrated moment also because of the under-23s. I'm getting annoyed because I'm not allowed to do things I want to, how I want them to be done. But the bans, of course, is my own mistake. I shouldn't have banned the counters, because I knew that counters are just really, really good. Yeah, so what can we do with what we have? Well, I think we're actually gonna go attacking. Because this result is never gonna work for us. I mean, losing here at home, yeah, that's definitely not worth it. Question is we? I think we're gonna go maybe just fairly wide here, because they're playing very narrow. So let's just pause it again, please. Analyzer, yeah, they are fairly narrow, so I think we're gonna go a little bit more wide when we do get the ball. What else? Let's take a look at the tactic here. I don't know if there is anything else we want to do here. Run a defense. I don't like that specifically. Maybe we should take that out completely. I'm not sure that's a good idea for us to have that in. Should we shoot? I don't think we want to shoot on side because we have the ball enough to try and control it a little bit better, or at least 50-50. So we don't want to just shoot on side. We want to create half-decent chances. But yeah, the biggest thing here is that we don't have counters. That's not good. And I don't think there is anything in out of position here that we want to do. So yeah, we're just kind of limited here with what we can do. But it is what it is. Let's confirm and continue, and hopefully we can find a goal, because it's more likely they're going to score again here when we are playing attacking football. Or it's attacking mentality, of course, but yeah, let's do it. Yeah, as foreseen, 8 minutes later, they have a lot of tiki-taka around for like 2 minutes time, and all of a sudden they're breaking through and they're finding space and they get a goal. So not too surprising here. All right, we get one back after a long attack of our own. Finally, Hopfer is picking it up here, and Ugarte is dribbling around in the box and getting a really good shot on. I really like that one, actually. But just before halftime, Evangelisson, who was probably player of the season last season, is dribbling down the line, and where we should be good, we are not in the air. Yeah, so 3-1 behind here at halftime. I'm not surprised. I'm just annoyed. I'm just annoyed, to be honest. I'm annoyed about the under 23s thing. I'm annoyed that I can't play with counterattacks, but that's my own fault. And I also kind of knew going into this season that the 4-3-3 is nowhere it's nowhere near as good as what we were playing with last season, also because of some of the not the player instructions, but the player roles. Some of the player roles we have this season is just not as good, like the inverted wingers, just technically, they're just not as good as inside forwards. They just don't perform as good, at least in my opinion. Same with the fullbacks, not having fullbacks instead of wingbacks. Fullbacks are just better for whatever reason. Same with the ball-playing defenders. They're just better compared to the central defenders. So there is a lot of things that, yeah, I kind of knew, and I think we need to, our expectations this season, we cannot expect us to go as high as last season. That top 4, I think it's out of reach. I mean, I would be surprised, and I would be happily surprised if we get into the top 4 this season. I doubt that's gonna happen. I think we're probably more around the top 8. Probably 6th, 7th spot or something like that. That's what I would probably put my bets on, because we are not playing as well this season as last season, that's for sure. But anyway, I don't think we can really change a whole lot here. We are creating chances, right? We actually are creating chances. So it's not incredibly bad. It's just we cannot perform. Last season we will be more 50-50 with them, where now it's more like 60-40, right? That's what we are. That's what we ended up with here in this season. And I don't think we can change anything tactically to do anything about that. And it's not the player qualities either, because our player quality is probably slightly better this season than last season. So it's just us not having the options, because we have them banned, to actually do anything about that. In my opinion, that's my opinion about it. So yeah, I guess we just need to continue here. But I will put in hit early crosses and also standard passing directness here after 5 minutes into the second half. Full time, 3-1 for them. They did not come out playing in this second half. Actually, we were by far the better team in the second half, but defensively speaking, they did enough to not really let any goals in. So yeah, it was never really exciting. But yeah, we did create quite a few chances in the second half. Ugarte had a really good match. Definitely one of the better players out there, but just not enough. They just, yeah, it is what it is. They got us. And they only have 1.62 XG, but they scored 3 goals. So, you know, there is also that. Very clinical. Just too good for us in the first half, and then they switched off in the second half, but we couldn't find the goals. So, yeah. A little bit disappointing, but yeah. Alright, so second leg of the Champions League here. Salzburg, this time at home. I think I'm actually tempted to go attacking. I think we're gonna go attacking here. We need a goal, so we might as well start with coming out firing here. Trying to play in a pretty high tempo. It's gonna be Beck, Hopfer, Adriol, Reinhardt, Ramirez. So the same backline again. We're playing every single game, basically. Kirkevold, he hasn't been good, has he? No. Do we have Ludwig on the bench? Yeah, I think I'm gonna put Ludwig out there instead. Calhau is coming in for this one. He is going to be playing it. And Ugarte have had a fairly good start to the season, actually. I'm pretty happy with his performance level so far. Cesar, Moisey, and Di Paula. Yeah, and also the bench is looking okay, I suppose. We do have a couple of youngsters with us, but otherwise should be okay. Should I start Olguin? Should I start him instead of Cesar and then do this instead and have Calhau on the bench? Yeah, I think so. I think that might be better. Yeah, I think we're gonna do that instead. But yeah, I think that's it. Let's go out there and hopefully we can find a win, because we need it. We need a win to get into the Champions League. But here's the thing, guys. If we don't win this and we get into the European League, yeah, that's also gonna be good. Both for money, but also for the competition or competing in it. I think it's going to be way easier for us to compete in the European League compared to the Champions League. So actually losing this one, it's not really that bad. All right, I've already paused it after 7 minutes here because I've already seen enough. I don't need to see more of understanding what's going on here. They're playing exactly the same way as when they were playing at home. They are going up really far up there to pressure us, and there's just no way we can play the way we're doing here and not concede a goal. It's just not gonna happen. Them both trying to play for the pressure or trying to control it, and also putting in the most insane kind of pressure. We can't play this way. We need to, first of all, go fairly wide. We also need a way more, slightly more direct passing. We probably want to hit early crosses because there will be space behind them. And I think maybe runner defense is going to come out. Play for set pieces could be a thing, but I don't know about that one. I don't know. Probably not. Actually, I also wanted to do a couple of other things. So let's just pause it again. Go into the edit here, because I think we should have him on attack, and I think I'm gonna put Hopfer on support, so he's not going too far forward. But I do want him a little bit forward when we are attacking. Ramirez is definitely allowed to go up there. Anything else? No, I think that's it. Wait, hold on. Get further forward. Yeah, I think we are gonna allow them to do that. All right, let's do that, confirm it, and that is gonna be it. 24 minutes in, we are gonna get the ball here. Ugarte winning it over, Ludwig into the power, and he's gonna loop the keeper. That got to be goal of the season so far. Halftime, 1-0, and I think we can be very happy with that, because they are still the better team. Even when we are playing at home, they are just controlling this. Almost 70% possession. We just can't get the ball, and when we do get the ball, they're gonna put a pressure in and win it back. It is extremely hard to play a team like Salzburg when they also have very good quality players. Way better than ours, of course. So there's just not tactically anything we can do about that. I think we've done everything we could potentially do. I've actually put it down to cautious since we do have the goal now. So I don't really want to take too many risks. Also, you know, put a couple of players down on support and defensive duties. But yeah, overall, not bad. If we can get home, I mean, yeah, if we can just make this a fairly even game and have a chance to win it, you know, that would be nice. That would be nice. But yeah, I don't think we have any changes here for the second half. We're just gonna play how we are playing, and hopefully Salzburg won't. I have a feeling they will score a goal, so but we will see. We'll see about that. All right, we got a set piece here, and it is Hopfer with that long throw into Reinhardt, I believe it was. Yeah, Reinhardt here, putting it back out to Hopfer, Moisey, and he's getting pushed by Lubicic, or whatever his name is, and that is gonna be a penalty for us. Now that is crazy. I did not see that one coming at all. I know it's already a penalty. So yeah, let's see who it is gonna be. Wow, it's taking its time here. It's Moisey himself taking it. Well, he also took set pieces or penalties last season. Let's see if he can find a goal here. Yes, he just got it in. Very good, Moisey. 2-0. That's interesting. I just paused it after the goal here because I just noticed that they have actually changed formation to a 4-4-2 narrow diamond. Is that changing anything in terms of how we are doing things? No. Actually, that's only helping us, I think. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think that's fine for us. 82 minutes in, and they make another big mistake here. Vanderson straight into De Paula, and he is home free, and that is a 3-0. We are going to the Champions League, guys. Full time. 3-0 against Salzburg. We are going to the Champions League. Oh yeah, 8 more games. We have 8 more games in the league phases to play. At least 8 more games. I think it's actually more than that as well, and there is a lot of money to be gained in there. Holy moly, we can get rich. I mean, we are already pretty good off, but this season we can get really good off. Also the reputation boost, all of that, it's excellent. Now, one thing I want to note here is they only had 1 highlight in the second half. I think the AI messed up massively here. Sometimes the AI just do silly, stupid things. This 442 narrow diamond was probably the worst thing they could have done against us. Just straight up the worst thing. I don't know why they changed to that, but they just didn't get anything out of it. Like nothing. They did have the possession a lot, but they just didn't create anything from it. 1 highlight, that's all. Yeah, so I think all in all, it have been a pretty good start to the season. I mean, that Porto game, it is what it is, right? And the under-23s thing, yeah, also it is what it is. But overall, we had a pretty good start here. We won against Nice. We had that Sporting game where we got a win, and we did get into the Champions League. It hasn't really done... Yeah, it's still... I think the Partizan AEK here, they're still playing that next game. But I think when that is done, we can actually tell what the groups looks like. Well, there's no group. It's just a league system now, so... Yeah, it's just good. It's just very good news for us in terms of money, and I don't think we're going to be competitive in there. I think we're going to get smashed quite a lot by some of the big teams, but that's okay. That's okay. The money, on the other hand, is going to be great news for us. But anyway, guys, I think that's going to be it for today. I'm not too sure when I'm going to come back. That also depends on some of the Champions League games. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm probably going to play quite a few games now because we had these double kind of, you know, episodes here in the first or the beginning of the season. So I'm probably gonna come back in the mid section somewhere, probably near December or whatever. So yeah, guys, I hope you have enjoyed. Let's actually move over here. Yeah, there we go. I think this is gonna go up massively. Actually, the game we just played, it was actually not at our stadium, because our stadium is not big enough. So we actually played at Ferrances. We played at Ferrances home stadium. But yeah, it's just a small little detail there. Our stadium is getting upgraded, but not before at the end of the season, in the summer somewhere. So that is why we get our 12K stadium. But anyway, guys, I hope you're enjoying it. And yeah, I'll see you around next time.